I used to work in a warehouse technically. Before I was in Face Connect, the last job I had before I was in Face Connect, it was like a bunch of things all together, like under one job. But I used to work in a warehouse packing orders. That was like, even though that wasn't technically a part of my job, they made me pack orders and organize the warehouse just because they were like, you have nothing else to do. And I was like, I have a ton of work to do. That's like, the deadline is like this week. And they'd be like, no, go to the warehouse, Leah. Be a good little warehouse girl. And I'd be like, okay. And then by the end of the week, they'd be like, so Leah, why did you not get this thing done? We saw you up and walking around throughout the day. Why did you not get that done? And I'd be like, well, you told me to go to the warehouse. No, we didn't tell you to go work in the warehouse. Why did you do that? I was sitting at my desk and you were like, hey, Leah, get up and go work in the warehouse. Go pack orders. And I was like, oh, that's not my job, but okay. Well, why didn't you get it done? Because I had been working in the warehouse! And then when I wasn't doing that, they were like, yeah, go do this, yeah, go do that. Go pack this for this thing. Go pack this for this thing. And I was like, my job is writing contracts. What the fuck do you mean? Like, I'm gonna go pack things. Like, I'm a contractor. Like, what? Government cheese on my forehead. No! It's a hat. Just like the Amy Leah Warehouse AU fic I wrote. What? Don't elaborate. Anyways, that's a wagie experience. Did you pack my Judy? Yeah, I packed your little Judy. You want to have your Judy flicked? Ew. Contract, girl. Yeah, you write contract? No, I'm a VTuber. You wrote contracts? Yes, in the past tense. I wrote contracts. I write contracts? No, girl, I don't write contracts. The only thing I'd be writing is fucking fan fiction. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do I work in a warehouse? Yes, I do. But you know, social media executive. I make coffee and pack boxes. I was the influencer and social media person, and I wrote contracts and like reached out to influencers and stuff. And then I would like write stuff for the website. But then I would also like contact bigger companies to work out like certain things. And then I also like worked in like the art quotation marks department, like sewing and stuff. And then I also did like modeling for like the product that we sold. And then I also worked in the warehouse. It was a lot of things, and it that job sucked. That job was so ass. No, I didn't even have a work email. No. Yeah, and I got paid like $10, $11 an hour. Sounds chill. No, it was not. They'd be like, you have to pack this thing. We need 4,000 product for this. Put it in like 6 boxes. And I'd be like, how the fuck is it supposed to fit in 6 boxes? We don't want to transport more boxes, Leah, so make it fit in 6 boxes. I don't think 4,000 products are gonna fit in 6 boxes of this size. Are you crazy? And then I would be like, hey, they don't fit in the 6 boxes. We have to pull more boxes. And they'd be like, well, how many more boxes? And I'd be like 3 minimum. And they'd be like, no, that's not right. And then I would like, okay, they're like, just pack it full. And I'd be like, okay. So then I pack the box full. And then they go to pick up the box and it's too heavy and the box breaks. And they're like, Leah, why did you pack it this full? Like, and you know, you would think that I learned something from working in that company. I didn't. It's, well, well, it's not really, no. Yeah, they wanted me to defy. I'm just complaining about my old job. I'm sorry. The warehouse experience is why I don't even think Sakura knew I worked in a warehouse. No, I hated this job so much I like never mention it ever because this job fucking sucked. Yeah. You learn to never do again. Well, yeah, lore is lore. I used to be an office worker that did a lot of things that weren't actually office work. But that's fine. You know, that's just how it is. And now I know how to avoid. Didn't you work at a Halloween store? I did work at a Halloween store. I worked at a Halloween store before getting that job. Yeah, I worked at Spirit Halloween for like the season. And that job was also off. That was also like not really a warehouse thing, but like we had like there were boxes that we packed and unpacked. That was awesome. And then I used to get yelled at that job for talking to customers. That was something. They would be like, Leah, go to the dressing room and ask the customers if they need help. And I would be like, okay. So then I go over to the dressing room, and then you know you get like the people that are like, can you help me pick out a costume? Does this look good on me? And what am I supposed to do? Tell them shut the fuck up and get out of my store? No! I'm gonna be nice to them so that way they buy the product, so that way they could be like, oh my god, yay, we're buying product, and then we can have like sales and shit. And so it's customer